All right, I'm back here now with Laura from the Twilight Lexicon. She's been very kind to give us an interview this time. You guys are always on the convention circuit, so what has been your favorite city so far?
Oh my gosh, I've never gotten asked that before. My favorite city so far. I think I'm going to go with Boston, Massachusetts.
We were there.
That was just, there's always such an energy when it's an absolutely jam-packed convention, and Boston, without a doubt, was jam-packed. It had so many people, Kellen Lutz, Chesky Spencer, Boo Boo Stewart. Oh my God, it was a great vibe that weekend. Everybody had a great time. Kellen was hilarious. He was doing like handstands on the edge of the stage. I thought he was gonna fall into the crowd. He would call 911. That was an awesome, crazy, good. Like, what a great con. Yeah, so I would say Boston, definitely. Boston was my favorite. Yeah, Boston was my favorite, yeah.
Do you guys plan on being back next year?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, we will be there. There will definitely be a member of the Lexicon at different creation stops, absolutely.
Now, as far as, the members, you and other members, you don't really so much on the website publicize who you are. So when you come to these things, how often is it that you actually get recognized?
It's hit or miss. It kind of depends. It depends if we've just done a story recently where our pictures are there, and then people are like, wait, is that you? Yeah. My friend Lori, who runs the website with me, I would say she gets recognized a little bit more often than I do because she's Mormon, and Twilight is very connected a lot of times to the Mormon community. So I would say she gets recognized a little bit more often than I do. Just in general in public, I will get recognized coming through a door to one of these things. Like people are going to go so I get that kind of thing, but I don't usually get recognized outside the Twilight convention, but Lori, it happened to her a lot.
Do you like that feeling of being in that Twilight fandom when people are like, oh my gosh, I know who you are?
I won't lie, it's kind of cool. At the same time, I always say, I feel like the D-list celebrity on the Princess Cruise Liner appearing on the Lido deck. I'm not the movie star. I didn't write the books. So yeah, it's cool, it's fun. It's some nice positive attention, but I totally know where my rank is on that totem pole, and it is not high on that totem pole.
It's high enough. Yeah. You're the D-list, I'm like the G-list, so we're good like that. What is your favorite part of the Twilight saga as a whole? Like, what would you say if you had to pinpoint your favorite moment in the books, favorite moment in the movies, just what?
Oh God.
It's a lot, I know.
I know. Yeah. Okay. Favorite moment in the books. Okay, yeah, actually I can probably break that down a couple different ways. My favorite moment in the books is Wild Surprise chapter 13. But I like the moment where Belle is running her fingers on his arm and he says, you have no idea how that feels. That's my favorite moment. My favorite overall book is Eclipse.
I do.
And my favorite sort of section of the book is the Jacob section in Breaking Dawn. So that's book-wise. Movies. What are my favorites? Probably the flashback sequences. I'm a big Jackson Rathbone fan. I'm just going to turn the color of my hair if I ever meet Jackson Rathbone again and he knows I'm giving this, I'm just going to die. But I frequently tweet about the genius that is Jackson Rathbone in Eclipse, and yeah, that's the inner cougar right there. So yeah, I'm loving the Jackson Rathbone stuff in the movies. Pretty much anything with Jackson is just fine by me.
When you're at the conventions, you hang around Drew and pretend it.
No, I think Drew from Hollywood would run screaming into the night if I did. Oh my God, Drew would just be like, "Whoa!" Yeah, no, don't go there. Yeah, definitely don't go there.
So what has been your favorite city is Boston. What has been your favorite memory in the whole time you've been doing this?
Favorite memory of convention? The one that I really like is Boo Boo Stewart and his dad are hilarious. The two of them are the biggest pranksters ever, and they come up with the most ingenious things on the fly to do. Just this convention, they kind of punked Fievel, the sister, and I was and Boo's dad's like, hey, you got your camera? Can you film this? But my favorite was they did this whole prank up in Toronto where they put Boo Boo into a suitcase. And they wheeled him on stage, and Kiowa and Bronson did some shtick, and then they're tossing out T-shirts. I was like, oh, we got one more thing in the suitcase, and boom, out pops Boo Boo. And I'm looking, going, I cannot believe. It was like a carry-on bag, and he's doing these contortion moves to get into the suitcase. So it's that kind of just really like awesome backstage like camaraderie, like that and that like stuff like that. I think that's probably my absolute favorite memories, was sort of filming the prank from them conceiving of it on the fly and then working out the details to the actual execution of it, and it came off perfectly. Sometimes those things like don't work. I mean, that just by the numbers worked flawlessly. It was fantastic.
So you were involved in the one this week. For those who don't know, during which Q&A was it?
I was doing Booba's Q&A.
Kyle from the Hollywood Show raised his hand and asked if he could go get Five Old Boo's sister a hug, and they got the whole thing on tape. So you guys have to go. Will you post that on your website?
It's on YouTube right now.
Go check them out. Twilight Lexicon to check that out. It's a good time. And just the last question, what exactly are your roles in the website?
In English, right? The website was co-founded by myself and Lori Joffs. We've been running it since March 2006, and we have another 3 administrators on the blog end, and we've got slightly more than half a dozen people who help us on the forums to run the site. So by the time you add up everybody and people kind of come in and come out, it's probably about a dozen people, more or less, that it takes just to run the website, keep it going. And I'm probably one of the chief news writers. Lori's the one who also writes some of the news, but then keeps up all of the interview archives, the character bios, the timelines. She's got an amazing head for trivia that, I mean, I'm this good, she is like that good. Like, she'll tell you the page that something's on, so yeah.
You guys do a great job, and I mean, I definitely rely on you for the past few years for most things when I need to find them out. So I want to thank you again for this.
No problem, happy to do it.
Maybe sometime in 2011, see you along the road.
Yep.
Don't really have anything planned right now. So.
Well, I'll be back in Florida at some point.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.